iron in their soul. What's up, YouTube? This is King Jabez back with another very important message. Please subscribe to my channel, like this video, share this video, leave a comment. Let me know what you think about my content. In addition to that, please feel free to follow me over on Instagram at @KingJabez, as well as my website, theironandsoul.com, where you can book a consultation or get my book, whatever you choose to do. It will all be greatly appreciated. Let's do some work. Let's talk about today, Chosen Ones, a very important subject, and that is we have to avoid the temptation to become evil. And so this evil thing is blocking your blessings. And it's so important to discover what this is. If you're anything like me, on your path and your journey, you feel like there's something blocking you, right? Anybody ever been through that? You feel like, okay, I get a job, it's not enough. Sometimes you get 2 jobs and it's not enough. You end up running into financial problems, run into relationship issues, abstinence with your children, premature death. All of those various activities can be a sign that there is some witchcraft or necromancy at work. And so many people are afraid of this subject. But I want to really talk to you because I spoke to so many people with that video. Go watch that again. Chosen ones have to go through the humiliation ritual. And a part of that humiliation is based on the sins of our ancestors. So a lot of you, whether you know it or not, your grandma, grandfather, mom and dad, or some of their parents were practicing some level of black magic, voodoo, witchcraft, necromancy. Necromancy is a practice that is forbidden by the Hebrew scriptures. And this is very popular right now, believe it or not. There are a lot of people today, you will be surprised, who have an obsession with death, who want to communicate with the dead, in the spiritual act of trying to conjure spirits or to communicate with the dead for the purpose of receiving guidance and revelation is something that is strictly forbidden by the Most High. You do not need to talk to dead people to get knowledge and insight into your future, right? Think about that. The God we serve is a God of the living and not the dead. And there is an ancient Hebrew story where a king did this. King Saul, one of the many things he did to dishonor God was that he consulted a witch. And the purpose of that was to bring back the prophet Samuel from the dead for the purpose of getting revelation and guidance as to what to do next. And that was such a shame that he would do that as opposed to get revelation from Samuel when he was alive. Samuel wanted to talk to him, but he didn't want to listen to Samuel or God. And so when you find yourself in a position in life where you lack guidance, you have to be very careful, because what happens, listen to me, you have to be careful who wraps their arms around you when you are hurting. Let me say that one more time very carefully. You have to be careful who and what tries to wrap their arms around you for the purpose of showing love or fake love when you are hurting. Because what happens is when you are hurting, if you're not careful, you can find yourself right in the arms of that python spirit. You see, the python spirit comes and pretends to be a friend. It wraps itself around you. Before you know it, it chokes the life right out of you. And so the purpose and the objective of the python spirit is to choke the life out of you, chosen one. Are you hearing me? So when you are hurting, when you feel alone, I'm listening to your comments, when you're going through hard times in life, when things don't make sense, there is a strong temptation for a lot of people to tap right into divination, to tap right into necromancy, to tap right into sorcery, and allow that to guide you as opposed to being led and guided by the Spirit of God. Is this making sense? So versus being led by God's Spirit, here comes the devil and demons and Lucifer with their alternatives of witchcraft, because it gives you this power, black magic. And this is very popular in the music industry. I'm not going to name any artists because I don't want to offend you. I don't know if I name some names, boy, that'd be the end of my channel. We're not going to do that. But you will be surprised at the number of artists who use black magic, voodoo, and witchcraft to influence you, even speaking to the dead. Okay? They say it flat out in their lyrics. And so this is a big thing in today's world, not just with artists, but with regular people as well. And as you think about this subject, There are so many manifestations of this. I want to kind of give you an insight. If you're struggling with some of this, even if you're not practicing this, if there's someone who's trying to work this witchcraft against you, here's some of the things you will experience. Trouble sleeping. A lot of you are having trouble sleeping at night. Am I talking to you? Late at night with this video. In the next couple of hours, some of you may have some nightmares. Night terrors are a very strong demonic and satanic attack. Because what that does is it puts all of that stuff in your mind in the night, in your subconscious. And when you wake up first thing in the morning, what's happening? You wake up with all these negative thoughts of fear, panic. And in a state of fear and panic, you make bad decisions. Am I not telling the truth? And so when you are battling witchcraft spirits, you will struggle with night terrors. You will be tossing and turning in the middle of the night. Another sign of witchcraft is, being accident prone. When bad things are consistently happening, you constantly have this bad omens around you. That's a sign. When you consistently struggle in the area of your finances, losing jobs, losing opportunities, business endeavors. And this happens to everybody. I understand that. But when this happens as a pattern for 5, 10, 15 years, you may have to dig a little deeper and see, okay, you know what? There is a spirit, I'm going to say it flat out, that's blocking my blessings. And the ancient Hebrew scriptures refers to this as the devouring spirit, right? So check that out. So there's actually a spirit that's like literally just eating your bag up. You know what I mean? Your opportunities, your open doors, killing your relationships. This is the objective of Satan and demons, is to steal and to take away what belongs to you. And so if you're having trouble consistently in the area of your finances, premature death. There are some families that, they just consistently find themselves going to funerals prematurely. Bad things happening out of nowhere. Houses catching on fire. Babies die. These can sometimes be a sign that someone in your family may have been practicing black magic, sorcery, or witchcraft. Now, briefly talking about the spirit of sorcery. The spirit of sorcery, it leads to financial issues. And this is a huge problem in our communities with drugs, crack cocaine, heroin, popping pills, marijuana is everywhere. Most of the people around you right now, you don't tell the truth, are on some type of substance abuse, right? And the truth behind that is that they have submitted themselves to a spirit of sorcery, which is a form of witchcraft. And so what happens is these spirits work together. Necromancy, communication with the dead for the purpose of receiving revelation. That's for you people who are going to tarot card readings as opposed to the prophet of God. I'm going to put that out there. I know you like that. I'm going to just drop that right there real quick. Tap into this divination in witchcraft as opposed to revelation from the word of God. Then you add that to the sorcery with the drugs and the pills and the alcohol. Now we add in that sex piece, right? Everybody having sex with everybody now. Come on now, you know your big brother Iron ain't stupid. We know what time it is. Like that people out here going crazy. You hear me? Going crazy. Multiple partners. Men whip just out here. And what's happening is people are opening themselves up to all of this energy. And all of that energy, even when you're not doing this stuff, you feel that stuff from a distance. Right? As one young lady was saying in the comment section, she's in a town where everybody age, that's all they do. Drink, party, turning up. And so even though she herself is not doing that, she's feeling that vibe, right? And some of you're feeling this energy. And I'm telling you what it is. These are various forms of witchcraft. And this can be blocking your blessing even when you're not doing anything wrong. So you have to discern that and begin to address that in the spirit. Because what the temptation is to address it in the natural. And when you address it in the natural, I'm human. What do? We get frustrated. We get angry. I'm ready to fight somebody now, right? Because you feel that frustration. So frustration, that's why everybody fighting right now too, by the way. We're frustrated. So next thing you know, you hit somebody in the mouth. Bam, or you hit in the mouth. People pull a gun out. We try to remove that pain through sexual experiences. Everybody's all over the earth right now, just running, trying to find somewhere to hide out. Because you feel alone. You feel isolated. You feel like no one has my back. And what has happened to so many people, this is what I know from being online the last 3 years. I've been doing these videos online for about 3 years now. Over 3 years. And what has happened is that a lot of people over the last 3 years, 20, 21, 22, and tap into 2023, have dove right into witchcraft. Right? The loneliness, the pain, the suffering led them right into all of that. And I want to encourage you, if you tap into all that, to come out of that. Because when you do any of these things, what you are doing, even if you're not aware of this, is that you are inviting these spirits into your home. And when you invite these spirits into your home, they bring confusion, they bring death, they bring problems, they bring those suicidal thoughts. That's why some of you I'm talking to you battling suicidal thoughts. Some of you are battling depression. I'm not talking about you, I'm trying to speak to you. Some of you are really struggling with lust. You know, you're on fire like hot boys. I'm on fire. On fire. You hear me? You're battling all that stuff. And the objective of that is to take you out of your place of power as a chosen one. Because when you set yourself apart from all that, now you are let me talk to you now you are in a position to regulate that activity, right? To exercise dominion and power over that. And to be in a position where you can be the head and not the tail. To be in a position to truly receive the blessings that the Most High has for you. And all that stuff, I'm not trying to judge you, I'm trying to talk to you. Because at the end of the day, you, ma'am, sir, can do what you want to do. I'm not telling you to do. You do what you want to do. Everybody listening to this is grown. I'm just giving you some free advice on YouTube. If you are able to get this stuff off of you, you now are freed up. I'm going to do it. You're now freed up. Now, you see that? Got to put some music on. You're now freed up to make some moves, to get your bag, to travel, and to be what you know who you're capable of being. To bring all those gifts out of you. Because right now, this stuff is bottled up. You feel trapped. I know I'm talking to you now. You feel like you're blocked in. You feel like you're being held back. You are being held back. And we get all this stuff off of you. Now you're freed up to go forward and to be who you know you're capable of being. Is this making sense? So we got to get out of all this stuff. All of that is blocking your blessings. And when you remove that, you unblock that. And so now there could be what? So when you remove the block, what happens? There's a flow now. So that power is flowing through you. The blessings are coming your way. The directions coming your way. You'll now have revelation in dreams as opposed to nightmare. You'll now have financial success as opposed to having all those constant defeats. You will now have strength and purity in your sexual character as opposed to being overcome by the spirit of lust, which is very strong in these last days, by the way. Okay, you know your brother Iron knows all that. Okay, so with that being said, as I close this video, this is blocking your blessing. Do your research on, I got a lot to think about research. I'm thinking about Jamie and Lil Reese. Do some research on sorcery, witchcraft. I'm going to give you homework. Necromancy. Look those words up. Divination. And how this has such a negative impact on you. And when you begin to break these curses, begin to pray, you're going to take those chains off your neck. And in this place of freedom, you can now experience the blessings. This is your big brother, King Jabez. Thanks for listening. God bless. Peace.